Hey everyone. Hopefully everybody's tuning in to this special announcement. We have an event that we've talked about over the last few weeks. Obviously with the Team Pro League and all the COVID restrictions and no leagues going on, we don't want to try and push that issue. We're still going to try and figure out the logistics and everything. But we have a brand new event that we hope you all are excited about. And I'll let Daryl kick it off here.
Yeah, what's going on, fellas? How are we doing tonight? Back-to-back nights?
People are going to get sick and tired of us.
Aren't you guys all so lucky?
What are these guys doing? What do you mean they're going live again? Another live stream? No, but exciting day. I mean, we've been talking about doing the Pro League here for a few weeks, and that's something that's happening for sure, 100%. Obviously, some COVID restrictions out there, and bowling centers can't really be, can't social gatherings and play as a team right now. So we've also talked about doing a singles event. Lots of the other little centers, or there's some random tournaments out there that do the Yule Tide, respect all those. But from an elite level, we wanted to get the guys playing again and get everybody playing. So we thought about doing a little 8-game singles tournament. On Sunday night, there is our regular match play league at Sunday night, and Dexter, I went to go bowl, and I was just going to play 4 games, but that 4 games turned into 8 games, and it was a couple of hours. And then all of a sudden the idea is like, guys, why are we not being able to run a singles event, an 8-game tournament? So sort of exciting, and announce over the course of December, we'll do a little 8-gamer. Any center that is going to participate. That's a little rule there, right, Dex?
Yeah. Well, yeah, definitely. Each center has to register online so that they're all on the same page as the rest of us. We want to have, responsibility on our end, but responsibility on the center's end. And we think that that's super important, especially for just making sure that everything is on the up and up and everyone's respectful and nothing shady is going on, because we can't be there to, watch everything that's going on in all the centers. So we're getting centers to sign up. I think, honestly, this is a great idea. I think people are willing to go out and play things. We know that it's weird that it's going to be in your own center. Finals, we'll touch on that in a minute, will be virtual as well. But I think with everything that's gone on with our Pro League that we've been talking about, and the very quick, immediate response that we had from across the country to do it, there's obviously a want and a need for something at the elite level, and they jumped on board virtually for the others. So we figured that maybe this is something that people would be willing to play.
Yeah, people just want to play. I mean, we saw it over the summer with the COVID drop in singles. I mean, we had 250 entries. I think we'll see a lot of people enter this. It's flexible around your schedule. It doesn't have to be at a nighttime if you have some time during the day. If you're one of those people that are laid off and you have some time, if you want to go down in the morning and run a shift at your local center, you can more than welcome to do it. Please encourage your local center. I think this is a time to try something different. I mean, it's a time to get a little bit of exposure across the country, and like a little 4-lane center like Cut Knife that, Lenny, I'm giving you a little shout out there again. And I think it's a great little idea that we have. And I'm excited to be able to be hosting it. I know Sherwood Bowls, the number 1 new center already signed up on it, and we're excited to get some more other centers involved in it.
I don't think we have a say in anything anymore.
No.
It's like, oh, we're signed up. Yeah. We're signed up.
Yeah.
So the idea is, obviously,
recap
quickly, is 8-game qualifying set at any center, at your center, obviously the center, we want them to register first and to sign up to say that they're in agreement of this as well. Entry fee is $100, and we said that $40 goes to the lineage for 8 games. So the bowling center is getting the revenue of $40, and $60 is going towards the prize money, right? We've got a bit of a breakdown where if you want to bowl a shift at Sherwood Park, you want to bowl a shift at Bonnie Doon, wherever the centers are that have agreed to, that's fine. Obviously follow all COVID safety restrictions, rules, social distancing, sanitizing, all of that is still very important to us. You'll have to do a little bit of you have to register with 5-Pin Universe prior to playing your shift. You can't just go into the bowling alley and say, I'm here to play. We require 24-hour notice to 5-Pin U about somebody going into play. So it's going to take a little bit of planning on your part so that we can do a lot of work here on the back end. Carrie has done quite the job today on sorting out some rule sheets, some registration forms, some stats spreadsheets coming in. So there's a lot of work behind the scenes, but now we're hopeful that let's put something out there for our bowlers to go and play, meaning play somewhere. Right now, we've talked about, based on projections of 75 people playing at $100, that and based off of the lineage and the prize money, there's about $4,000 going to be left in, $4,500 left into the kitty, right? Who knows? This is something that could blow up to 150 people. It could go up to 250. It could dive and be, there's only the 4 of us that are going to play together at Sherwood Park. We don't know. So that sort of prize money bracket's going to have to be a little bit flexible. Right? Like obviously we'll see how it goes, but if the interest is there and it keeps on going, then we'll adjust as we go. So we're hoping for people's a little bit of flexibility on that side too.
Right. So this idea is pretty fleshed out. What I'll do is I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to kind of walk you guys through how to get your host registered, and then register yourself as an individual.
Yeah.
Well, Tim still has admin rights, I see. All right. Okay, so in order to find the event, you have to go to 5pinuniverse.ca, and there's a tab that says 5Pin U events. You click on that, and it brings you to our events page. So as you can see, we have an event coming soon, the Pro Team League. If you click on that, it just takes you to our rules and stuff like that. Nothing that's fully fleshed out yet. There's still lots to be decided. But the events that we are running right now is the Singles 8 Gamer, we're calling it. So you click on that, it brings you to the information page. So it has a full fleshed out brochure that you can, your host center could even print out and hand out to its bowlers on open play or anything like that. Explains all the rules down on the left. DB had mentioned that you have to register 24 hours before, and that you have to book your lane with your center 24 hours before too. We'll be in constant contact with the registered centers to find out who's all booked in, who's registered, and we can get that all fleshed out. So very first thing, the host center registration form. So this is for all the bowling centers that want to register for this tournament. It helps bring in maybe a little bit extra cash in their slow time. And like we said it's 8 games for $40 that the host center gets, and then the $60 goes towards the prize money, which 5Pin Universe will take care of with the individuals, not through the host center themselves. So it's a little bit easier for them logistically as well. So I'll pull up the registration form for the host center. So it's just some basic details, and it lays out everything that is required of the host center following that.
Mm-hmm. So something I was talking with Dex was as a host center. I know Scott just tagged Gerald, and I know Gerald's all over any of this kind of stuff up in GP, which is great. But you think about it, say on Sunday I was talking to Daryl, we have let's say we had a 5 o'clock and a 7 o'clock shift, right? Yeah. So that'd be 8 bowlers on one shift, 8 bowlers on the next shift. We would be slotting about 2 hours per bowler. I mean, that's more than sufficient, I would think. Unless you're, Robert Tompkins maybe, or Adam Weber. But if you have that 2 hours time slot, $40 a bowler for us would be $320 a shift, or $640. That's a pretty good chunk of change right now with everything going on with COVID and all the restrictions. So that's something like a league, really, if you think about the split shifts. So
yeah, good point, Tim. You thought about that, maybe even on a couple of maybe slower nights right now, Sundays or Mondays. It's something that you can promote to your bowlers and say, hey guys, book up the lanes. There's only 8 spots available, and you're right, run 2 shifts at a 5 o'clock and a 7 o'clock, Monday, 5 o'clock, you're done by 9 and off you go. So really hope that some of the other centers, if this is a great idea for them, then that we can jump aboard the promoting of the event and fill their lanes.
Yeah. Especially these days where it's families only or individuals only like this. And, BC is kind of going into the same situation. You're seeing it all across the country. Now's the time to try something that's, singles based and
very minimal staff too, right? Right.
So something what the lane as well at Sherwood, obviously if you have 8 bowlers bowling at Sherwood, you're not crisscrossing lanes. We're doing it one single lane. Right.
Yeah.
So correct. That's if you have a favorite lane in a house, call up Martin at Bonnie Doon and say, I want lane 37, Martin.
Kerry has lane 1 already. I already got him signed. I know that for sure.
Yeah. So
yeah. So then we'll move on to the individual registration. So this is the form that you will have to fill out and submit to 5-Pin Universe before every time you play an 8-game shift. You have to fill it out. Take a picture of it or scan it in, whatever, and send it to 5-Pin Universe at carry@5pinuniverse.ca. And remember, you also have to register with the bowling center, book your lane, and make sure the center that you're booking is a registered center. If Dell Lanes doesn't register, you can't go play an 8-game block there and try and submit it. We won't accept it. And then you're wondering, which are the registered centers? So here you can click on it. It says registered centers. So you'll have a spreadsheet of the centers that are registered, the city and province that they're in, and also their phone number. So you can phone and book your 8-game block.
I love that we're trying to work really close with the lanes and make sure it's a partnership with them. And you have to book your lanes. Don't just show up, right? Make sure that they're prepared and everybody's on the same page. So.
Yeah, exactly. And then, so we kind of said we wanted to start it this Sunday. So it starts from December 6th and it'll run till December 30th. So those are the times that you can book with your registered center to get your 8-game block in. And then it says in the host center package that they have to have the scores in within 3 hours of your booking. And then once that's entered, there's a standings page and your scores will be updated hopefully within a few hours of it being submitted. And these are just some generic names I threw in there with some generic scores, but you'll see how it is and it'll automatically filter and you'll be able to see where you're standing at that point in time.
So super important there, Kerry. You just mentioned that you have a 3 hours after your booking time to submit it. So bowlers, once you're playing, you have to get your scores submitted right then and there. You're not eligible if you submit it a day or two or a week later. It won't be accepted. There's a deadline for submitting your score right after you play.
Now, Kerry, can you just, I don't know, maybe I missed this, but it's $100 entry fee, right?
Yep.
60 goes towards 5-Pin Universe, 40 goes towards the center. Obviously, the center, when they do sign up, they have to agree on the lineage portion. So now with the $60, you must send that in through e-transfer, right? Correct?
Yeah, exactly. On this information package, if you just click the image, it'll bring up a PDF that you can print out and all that stuff at the center or yourself. And it explains exactly how you would submit it. So you would pay the lineage to your host center when you're playing. But the prize money will have to be submitted to 5-Pin Universe via e-transfer. We are not accepting checks. Cash obviously would be extremely hard since we're not supposed to socially gather. So e-transfer is the way we are going to do it. So you have to submit your registration form to 5-Pin Universe, and then we have to do the e-transfer, and you're good to go.
Mm-hmm.
And
then we've got obviously from the 6th to the 30th, we'll gather all of the scores. Multiple entries are allowed, no issue there. Obviously, you'll see the real-time standings, and we'll keep everybody up to date of the number of entries and the cut line. But right now, we're working on a goal of 75 entries for a cut line of top 16 players.
Yeah,
those top 16 players. Then we're looking at a date of having a Sunday, January 10th, as your bracket play. So we'll do ideally, we're playing everybody in one day, and we want to live stream and commentate and make a production of that final day. So make sure that you're available on January 10th, should you make the cut. We'll obviously require cameras, the whole setup, and we'll walk people through that on how that works. The rule there is, of course, you have to play the final playoffs in the center that you qualified in, right? You can't change. I mean, why wouldn't you want to anyways? But bowling, right? You have to play in the center that you qualified in. And that format right now is just scheduled to be a 16-player single knockout, 3-game total pinfall bracket system. So there's not two sides. There's just one side. One will play 16, 2 15, and work your way down. A single knockout, and we'll get it all done in the one day on the Sunday. Have a lot of fun and a little bit of money to be made. We have a bit of a cash breakdown there. Top 16 right now. Everybody's probably interested. If you qualify as 16, you qualified, you get the $100 back, right? You win your first match, you'll make another $100, right? Now we're down into the quarterfinals. You win that match and you win $150. Now we're into the semifinals. You win that match, it's $250. And now we're into the final. The winner bonus is an extra $500, paying out the full amount there. Obviously, adjustments can be made as we see entries coming in, but super exciting to be part of this and get this rolling, right, guys?
Totally.
I think it's awesome.
I think it fills a void that everyone has right now.
Yeah, exactly. And just to clarify for all the individuals and the proprietors out there, the list of the items that like the individual will need, if they make the 16s, they will have to provide the 2 cameras, but the host center has to provide the internet. Those are all stipulations to help facilitate if one of your players happens to make the playoffs. We will obviously want to make the best content possible and help promote the center and the players themselves. So if you are looking at registering your center, make sure you double check all the criteria before you just register without really taking that all into account.
So first step is bowlers, get the forms, go on 5-Pin Universe, get the forms that you need, print them off, talk to your buddies, but most important is talk to your bowling center where you want to play, so that the bowling center can register your them as a center to 5-Pin Universe, so we know that they're participating. Then the next thing, of course, is book your time slot with that center and make sure that they know that you're coming to play. And then thirdly is send your entry and your money for prize money to 5-Pin Universe. And then we're off and going. It starts this Sunday. Let's see if we can get some entries in here on Sunday and get some bookings in and see how many different bowling centers that we could potentially get on board as registered centers. It'd be great to stretch this across the country, right?
Yeah, exactly. We're going to try and keep up as much as we can to the registered centers. We'll be constantly checking emails and stuff like that to make sure our registered centers is up to date. So if you're always looking for a place to play that happens to be near you, check that registered center spreadsheet to make sure they are registered before you try and book a lane that they don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Right. You don't. Yeah. Once you're registered as a center, you don't necessarily need to keep checking in every time. Just book your lane in appropriate time, send in your prize money, and we'll. You go do the rest. You go throw your ball. What's the cut going to be?
Oh, if it's 75 players, 2,200, because a lot of people are going to be playing in good houses.
75 players, 2,200. That's the initial call.
Oh.
Can we run entries and send them to another center for the finals? Because Paradise can't commit to January 10th.
Good question.
Yeah, that is a really great question. I think if you make a deal with the other center that's what's going to happen, I am more than fine with that.
Yep.
That makes a lot of sense. Like you said, if Paradise can't host it, but they have players that want to play Paradise, they qualify. and they have a deal with Chinook or Toppler or whatever center that their qualified players can play there, I'm good with that. I think there should be an agreement drawn up between those two centers, though, and then send it to us.
Yeah, it's a good point. We still want, then hopefully we can get some entries out of Paradise and helps them with some bowlers and people coming in there to play. Good point. Great question, right? If there's any more questions, great question.
Make sure you fill it out and write that down on your registration form too, so that we have some paper trail as well.
And the bowlers, I mean, yeah, they know that they're not playing at Paradise for the finals, but they're at least still qualifying, and it doesn't matter where they play the finals, they qualified. Right? Totally. Good call. I like it, Mark.
Good thought, Mark. See, you're useful for one thing. No, thanks very much, Mark. You always have great insight into these things, and you are a pain in my butt for the Team Pro League. So,
it could be worse. It could be Gallagher. Oh, is he on?
Do we have any other questions from the crowd?
Yeah, we got a few more minutes here for our chat to blast us with questions.
People think that they're going to play or going to be involved in one shift, two shift. Let's do some. So, Carrie, you say 2,200. Matthew Harms is in with a 2,147. In between 2,177. I'm going to call.
It's for 75. You know what? Honestly, what was our cut, Dexter, for our top 22 people, or top 16 for our COVID Cup was 900.
You know what, man? I don't even know. I'm having a hard time understanding you speaking English.
No.
I honestly.
Dust. I'm shooting 1,500 for.
I don't know. I think it's going to be the first few scores to get in that lock it in, right? You're going to want to lock in some 22.
I don't
Justin,
know.
If you're shooting for 1,500, save your money for a haircut.
Best 3-pin spare bowler in Alberta, right there.
I'm gonna. Yeah, honestly, I'd think a 2,200 is definitely a very reasonable number. Especially with it only being 16 people being taken.
Well, what about some of the Alberta Masters? Like some of the highest. What's the 10th place in a Masters? Has there been some 22 pluses? Right?
Oh yeah, there has been.
Right.
But
what house is going to get the most top 16s in? What house is going to get the most entries out of? There's a challenge.
It depends which. It depends on the amount of players that want to play. If Winnipeg happens to open up and all those players want to play, it could be Toronto obviously has a lot of great players. If they're allowed to play and register for this event,
100% they are. Yeah. Let's go east. We're spreading out. We're going east. I like it. Let's get some people down in Ontario. They're playing or Thunder Bay, right?
You know what? I think our local Edmonton area will get a lot because we always had a lot of good local support.
Yeah.
I think our local area will get the most for sure. But you know what?
Most bowlers, but most making the cut.
Most making the cut. I think our local bowlers will. I'm telling you.
Oh wow!
Tim's throwing down that.
Yeah, well, we for sure because we have Bonnie Doon and we have Sherwood Park, right? And you know you know what? I guess Toppler does have oil now that they said in Black Bases last night. So, but
Mark, so you had asked this question: can bowlers re-enter? Yes, they can, but they can only qualify in the top 16 once. So. If for some reason we blow past the 75 entries, but not enough to get us to like a 32 cut or a 24 cut, the top 16 will still be only single bowlers, but you may cash more than once because everything outside the cut will still be listed as is. So if we're paying out more than the top 16, but only taking a 16 cut, you may be able to cash more than once. So it might be a good idea to try and re-enter if you're close.
And that's where the flexibility you respect that everybody is that, you know, the tournament committee, once we see the number of entries, we'll adjust the payout accordingly. It's going to be adjusted, but we're the decision makers and we'll adjust it to, yes, if we're all making the cut, we'll leave it all in there. But no, we'll be fair and reasonable and transparent, but we're not going to look for 100 opinions on how to increase and how to pay out. Right.
Yes, we're going to be super transparent with this. this, guys. We are not taking a cut of any of the prize money. Once again, everything will be paid out. Just obviously, we're looking at supporting the proprietors, give them a chance to make some extra money during these hard times, and we want to bring elite bowling back into something. So this is a great combination of both. So
Yeah, Holdsworth, anywhere you want.
well, it depends. It depends on COVID restrictions, right? This is on you guys. This isn't our responsibility.
Right.
So the individual has to know they can't break any legal laws or anything in order to play at an easier house. Unfortunately, that's not our decision. That's up to you.
Right. Like you can't cross border. I don't know what those rules are, but
I don't know what the enhanced stuff.
Can an Edmonton bowler go down to Calgary and play? Can a Calgary bowler come up and drop into Edmonton and play?
You could, but
with the current
Calgary
rules,
guys, you want to come play Bonnie Doon to get a shift in? Right?
You could. I don't think it's recommended, but it could.
Yeah, well, book a lane, follow the appropriate rules. But yeah, there's multiple rebuys is allowed and multiple centers if you want to play or again following restrictions.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, I think and remember, if this is starting Sunday, guys, that means your host center has to register before that, so you can book your lane 24 hours before whatever time you're trying to look on Sunday. So get on top of your host centers if they're interested, or if you want them to be interested, show them this video, show them the website, and let's get them all signed in. Are bumpers allowed? No, it is not allowed.
I can't imagine they would actually help anybody at this level, but
bank shot. That's a different tournament. Bank shot tournament.
corner spares, maybe. Yeah.
Every shot you make, you have to bank it.
Oh God!
Right? That'd be a new Baker's, new Baker event or something at one of the tour events. A bank shot event, or instead of like sock bowling after tournament, maybe then.
Yeah. Tracy, you said elite only. No, it's open to any player. It does not matter, but it is a scratch event. So obviously enter at your own danger. There is going to be some probably pretty good shooters in it, but if you want to give it a try, it is $100. It's $40 to support your local center and $60 added to the prize pool. So you're more than lucky, more than willing to enter if you're allowed. You can. Wow. English rap god. Holy, that was bad.
Mitchell, you just have to you can register one later. You don't have to register one by Sunday.
Yeah, just once they are registered, then you can play there. But if they're registered after Sunday, that's still okay. It just takes some more time for you to get to go in there and play.
Yeah, I was just saying if you wanted to play Sunday, your center has to be registered before then.
Okay. Yeah. Well, Evan, when you want to book on Sunday? Because I know Daryl's then.
Yeah. Well, there's a 7:00. I'm playing Sunday night, 7:00 shift. Right. So there's 7 more spots on Sunday night. So you're running a 5:00 and a 7:00 shift on Sunday, right, boys?
Yeah. I'll try to do that. Yeah. I'm gonna send an email to the Sunday night guys. Yeah.
No, it's good. It's exciting. It's a tournament that we can all watch the stats and watch a cut line, and it's in real time. And there's a few weeks to go to qualify. Any questions by any centers? Obviously, we're answering as honestly as we can. Make up, I think the great one there was with Miller, right?
I like Gerald Hafner out of Grand Prairie. Where do I register? We've been speaking about this the whole video.
Yeah.
Pay attention, Gerald. Shut up. Yeah, that's good. That's great. I'm just here for the comments.
mypinuniverse.ca.
Yeah. Register. Get things set up with the center.
We're there, Gerald. Yeah.
Perfect. Any more questions there, guys? You guys have any thoughts? Looking forward to it. I know there's going to be some logistical stuff going on.
I'm excited for the bracket play, right? I mean, I'm excited to watch the whole cut line throughout the month, where it's at and who's playing, and who did we get them to sign in? across the country, but then looking forward to the 10th, right, of being part of a full day again and doing some commentary. Maybe while I'm bowling, maybe I can, get in there on the cut. I can watch, but yeah, no, that'll be a fun day. The 10th will be fun. It'll be a little bit of a cluster, but we'll make it work. And if everybody's effort and partnership, then we'll make it work for y'all.
Yeah, exactly. So remember, if you are registering to play in this event and your host center is registered, please double check all the criteria that you'll have to meet if you make the playoffs for January 10th. There is some stuff that will be on your hands when it happens. Because if you're not in the Sherwood Park area, I obviously won't be there to set up the cameras for you. So you're going to have to do your due diligence to set it up. I'll try and do a video showing you what system we're going to use and stuff like that before January 10th, obviously.
And based off of time zones, it's going to be an early morning for the guys here in the West, and could be a late day, for some of the guys in the East. But that's the reality of the tournament that it is. We'll make it work, right?
Yeah. Damien, 5-Pin Universe does not condone illegal gambling.
If you can find a legal way to do your gambling, we're all for that.
We have had to make this statement so many times, but we do not condone illegal gambling.
Hey, somebody call Scott Hawker, please.
Yeah.
Carly Ray Jepsen.
Get him.
Hey guys, let's go to the website, get the registration forms, get your centers registered, your lanes booked, and let's see the entries coming in. Send the money.
Yep. Perfect.
If you have questions, guys, feel free to send them away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. You can send us by email your questions, or you can contact us through other media, through Facebook and stuff. You all know who we are. But all your registration forms, all your entries and everything have to be through email, and your pay has to be through e-transfer. So double check your registration forms, double check the brochure to make sure you're not missing anything when you're registering for this event. So
Cool. Right on.
all righty.
All right.
Thanks, guys, and good luck to everybody out there.
See you Sunday.
Yeah.
See you
Thanks,
later.
guys. Sherwood Bowl registered. Sherwood Bowl's already registered. Come on down.
Contact them, book your lane, and send in your registration form.
Giddy up.
All
Thanks,
right.
guys.
Later.